Hello and welcome to this series of videos called One Thing Planning. This first video I've titled Tell Me What You Want, What You Really, Really Want, from that famous song. In previous videos we discussed the hedgehog as a concept and a tool. This idea of combining passion, talent and an economic driver. We also talked about lining up the dominoes for success, about thinking big and going small, about narrowing your focus down to just one thing. And finally, we talked about starting with why, the concept of working from the inside out, starting with your vision, then your values, and then your mission, your why, your how, and your what. In this series of videos, I want to focus more on the actual planning process itself, the one thing plan as applies to you as an individual and to your business. But I want to incorporate those three ideas into it. So as we go through the process, we'll be referring back to the hedgehog, to the whole thing of thinking big and going small, and the idea of inside out, why, how and what. A quote from Jim Rohn sort of sums up, I think, our general approach to planning. And he says, it amazes me, he says, how most people spend more time planning their vacation than planning their lives. And he postulates that perhaps it's because escapism is easier than change. I read a blog recently by Philip Humbert, and he talks how most of us set goals in the worst possible ways. He says periodically we are given an exercise or a worksheet, or maybe it's just that time of year, it's a new year, and we sit down and we start doing up a wish list. We wish to lose weight, to increase our income, to spend more time with loved ones, etc. And we write these things down because they sound good. I suppose a part of us actually really does want them. But these were the things that we talked about last year and the year before and the year before, and the things we've been choosing not to do for years. So how silly is this? And he cites the great modern resolution to lose weight as a good example. Of course, we don't lose weight. We want to lose it. We think about it. We talk about it. We beat ourselves up for not doing it. We feel the shame of failure. But the fact is, we choose to continue to carry those extra pounds and to talk about losing weight tomorrow. Today, we'd rather have dessert. One of the keys to achieving any goal is to be sure that it accurately reflects who you are and why you are. Your core values, what you really believe. Working from the inside out to ensure that what you're doing is aligned with your why. So, how to do this? Well, start with why. Move to how and then what. We've talked about this. Start with your vision, move to your values, then move to your mission. Let me give you a practical example of this. Our vision, the reason we exist as a business, why we get up in the morning, okay? Our vision is to support entrepreneurs as they reframe themselves, their team and their businesses for greater success. That's why we exist. It's not a goal, it's not an objective, it's our purpose, it's why we exist. Our values, our operating principles, how we conduct ourselves and how we conduct our business are as follows. Keep it simple. Only do what works and gives a fair return to everyone. Confront reality and deal only the truth. Show respect, reliability, tenacity and courtesy. Take full responsibility for whatever's happening, etc., etc. These are our how, it's how we conduct ourselves. And then finally, we've our what, which is the first big goal. It's our mission, it's our big goal. And our big goal is to build a scalable international human and business performance improvement product and services company that is focused on supporting entrepreneurs. And we want to do that by 2020, so we have a mission 2020. So this is a way to start planning and to start a process that makes sure that the goals you actually set are aligned with why you get out of bed in the morning. And so there's a fair chance of you being successful. In the subsequent videos, we'll explore these concepts further and walk you through the whole planning process. And don't forget that all this is available in the blog, where you can actually read the text yourself, you can see the models and work through them at your own pace.